26th at Martinsville.
Whoa, guys, whoa, oh, no, oh, my God.
These 4 accidents in NASCAR were among the most horrifying crashes in the sport's history, yet remarkably, the drivers involved survived those that looked almost certainly fatal. Ryan Newman was a 42-year-old racer and already a NASCAR fixture long before the 2020 Daytona 500. Nicknamed the Rocket Man, he built a 21-year Cup Series career with 18 wins, 51 poles, and major victories at Daytona and Indianapolis. By the start of the 2020 season, Newman was driving the number 6 Ford for Roush Fenway Racing and was still a legitimate championship threat. On the second overtime and last lap of the Daytona 500, Newman led the race through turns 3 and 4 as Ryan Blaney and the pack closed in behind him. A bump from Blaney exiting the corner unsettled Newman's car, sending it hard into the outside wall. As the car rebounded, Corey LaJoie struck Newman squarely on the driver's side at nearly 200 miles per hour. The impact launched the car into the air, flipping it multiple times before it landed and slid across the finish line upside down.
Turn 4 for the final time. Blaney to the outside, to the inside. Here comes Hamlin up the outside. Crash into the wall, into the air. Goes Newman. Upside down. And a shower of sparks on his roof.
The roof and roll cage were heavily damaged, and Newman's helmet was visibly cracked. Safety crews worked for roughly 15 minutes to cut Newman free before rushing him to the hospital with a brain injury and multiple fractures, where he was placed in a medically induced coma. Engineers noted the eerie similarity to Dale Earnhardt's fatal 2001 Daytona crash, but this time the safer barriers, reinforced roll cage, improved restraints, hands device, roof flaps, and helmet technology increased the survivability. 2 days later, against every visual expectation, he walked out of the hospital. Newman returned to racing just months later, though the momentum of his career never fully recovered. He completed the shortened 2020 season, raced again in 2021, and then stepped away from full-time Cup competition. Since 2023, Newman competes in the modified car racing and won some races. Austin Dillon, grandson of legendary team owner Richard Childress, grew up immersed in NASCAR culture and carried the weight of family legacy from the start of his career. Born in 1990 in North Carolina, Dillon advanced through the sport's developmental ladder, winning the Truck Series Championship in 2011 and the Xfinity Series Championship in 2013, becoming the first driver to capture titles in both divisions before moving full-time to the Cup Series. Driving the iconic number 3 Chevrolet, made famous by Dale Earnhardt, Dillon represented a new generation, trying to pay tribute to a legendary past, though sometimes overshadowed by more showy drivers. On July 5, 2015, Dillon competed in the rain-delayed Coke Zero 400 at Daytona International Speedway, a nighttime superspeedway race characterized by tight pack racing and constant drafting. As the race charged toward the finish on the final lap, Kevin Harvick bumped Denny Hamlin, who then spun sideways into Dillon's path just past the flag stand entering Turn 1. Contact between Dillon's car and Hamlin's Toyota sent Dillon's Chevrolet airborne. Dillon's car struck the outside catch fence nearly head-on, the impact ripping the front end apart. The car then tumbled back onto the track, shedding debris as multiple trailing cars collided with the wreckage. The fence absorbed much of the energy, preventing the car from entering the grandstands but scattering parts into spectator areas. Miraculously, Dillon climbed from the destroyed car by his own. He suffered only minor injuries, including bruises and a forearm contusion, and was treated and released from the infield care center the same night. However, several fans in the grandstands were injured by flying debris, prompting renewed attention to catch fence design and spectator safety. NASCAR and track officials subsequently evaluated barrier strength, debris containment measures, and trackside protection. The crash became another example of modern safety engineering preventing a potential tragedy, particularly the reinforced survival cell and advanced restraint systems within the car. Michael McDowell came out as one of NASCAR's most determined drivers, building his career through persistence rather than headline-grabbing dominance. Born in 1984 in Arizona, he developed his skills in open-wheel racing, including karts, Formula Renault, Star Mazda, and Champ Car, before transitioning to stock cars via ARCA in 2006 to 2007, where he was Rookie of the Year and runner-up in points. McDowell steadily climbed the ranks, eventually reaching NASCAR's top division. By 2008, he was driving the number 00 Toyota Camry for Michael Waltrip Racing in the Sprint Cup Series. Though still early in his Cup career, he had already shown some speed and composure, including strong runs at superspeedways and intermediate tracks. Known for his calm demeanor and technical feedback, McDowell was viewed as a hard-working competitor. On April 4, 2008, during qualifying for the Samsung 500 at Texas Motor Speedway, part of the NASCAR Sprint Cup schedule, McDowell was completing a timed run. Upon entering Turn 1 at approximately 186 miles per hour, McDowell's car abruptly transitioned from tight handling to loose, perhaps due to a sway bar failure or brake issues, resulting in the rear tires losing their grip. The car veered sharply and slammed nearly head-on into the inside barrier, launching the car into a series of flips and barrel rolls down the banking through Turns 1 and 2. Sparks, smoke, and flames erupted as the car tumbled repeatedly, shedding body panels and mechanical components.
Now retired Dale Jarrett in the UPS car. There was some talk of whether the team could switch points. Whoa, guys, whoa, oh my gosh. I have never seen anything like that in my life. He hit that long time. Oh my gosh.
Incredibly, McDowell was conscious throughout the entire crash and climbed from the destroyed car under his own power, suffering only minor injuries such as bruising and shock. Medical personnel evaluated him at the infield care center and released him later that evening. Engineers and officials closely studied the crash, praising the effectiveness of the Car of Tomorrow chassis, the HANDS device, and the safer barrier system, all of which absorbed enormous forces. A section of the wall had to be replaced due to the damage, but the incident reinforced confidence in NASCAR's modern safety design. McDowell even returned to competition that same weekend in a backup car, started the race at the back, and managed to complete it. Michael Waltrip was a Kentuckian racer making his mark in stock cars by 1990. He had won multiple short track and dash series events in the 1980s and captured his first NASCAR Busch Series victory at Dover in 1988, though major victories in NASCAR's top series still eluded him at the time. Driving the number 30 Kool-Aid-sponsored Pontiac for Bahari Racing, he competed regularly in both the Busch Series and the Winston Cup, steadily gaining experience on short tracks and superspeedways alike. Unlike some drivers of his era, Waltrip had largely avoided serious injuries in NASCAR competition, allowing him to maintain a consistent presence on the circuit. On April 7, 1990, the Budweiser 250 at Bristol Motor Speedway reached a critical moment late in the race during a restart on lap 170. Waltrip was attempting to regain lost ground when his car made slight contact with Robert Presley while exiting Turn 2. That touch sent Waltrip sliding toward the outer wall at around 120 miles per hour, directly toward a vulnerable section of track infrastructure known as a crossover gate, which was designed to allow vehicles to enter and exit the infield. The gate was badly designed safety-wise, leaving it open for tragedy. Waltrip's car struck the exposed edge of the concrete structure behind the gate with extreme force, causing the front of the vehicle to disintegrate and scattering debris across the track.
Getting chased a little bit.
Bad crash over in turn 2. Michael Waltrip has hit the wall hard. The car is upside down, and you can see the car is really torn up.
There's a record crowd of 35,000 for what they were about to see. On lap 171, Michael Waltrip was battling Robert Presley. The two touched coming off turn 2, shooting Waltrip's car into the corner of the exit wall. The car disintegrated on impact.
Miraculously, Waltrip survived and was extracted conscious from the mangled remains of his car, suffering only bruises and minor concussion symptoms. He was taken to the infield care center for evaluation and was later cleared to compete again, an outcome that stunned fellow drivers and officials who had expected far worse. The incident exposed a serious safety flaw in the track design, prompting calls for structural changes to eliminate such hazards in the future. Over time, Bristol Motor Speedway replaced the dangerous gate area with safer alternatives, including a tunnel system that removed the need for a movable wall section altogether. Waltrip's career continued largely unaffected, and he would later achieve major success, including victories in the Daytona 500.